This week, Martin Scorsese admitted that he had been storyboarding wrong for the past 70 years. Two YouTubers buried Star Wars at the box office, and people are still asking me if this is a viable career. Let's talk about what happened. Martin Scorsese just partnered with an AI company called Black Forest Labs, and he's using it to storyboard his next movie. Or I guess he already did. It was the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, which I believe is already shot. This is the same man who 8 months ago said that using AI at the start of a creative project is equivalent to spitting on God. He also said he'd rather die than use generative AI in his films. He didn't die. What he did was he made storyboards. Here's what he actually said. Cinema is a young medium, only around 125 years old, so we have to be open to how it can evolve. He pointed to the 3D on Hugo. He talked about the de-aging process on The Irishman. Basically, what he was trying to say is that every tool he uses in his process closes that gap between what's in his head and what is on the screen. The AI people are losing their minds over this. In fact, the anti-AI people are also losing their minds over this. And Scorsese is just sitting in his office in New York making storyboards because he's been doing this for 70 years. He knows something the argument doesn't, which is that the tool is not the work. The vision is the work. The tool is just the thing that gets it out of your head and onto the page so that your crew understands what the fuck is going on. Whatever gets the vision out of your head and onto the page so that your crew can actually know what they're shooting, that's the tool. What else has been going on? Curry Barker. Curry Barker is 26 years old. He made a film that he put on YouTube. He made it for only $800. It's called Milk and Cereal. You should go check it out. It's phenomenal. It got attention. So from that, he scaled up and he made another movie, this time for $750,000. Shot it in 20 days, brought it to TIFF. The studios got in a big bidding war for it, and Focus Features walked away with it for 14 mil. The film is called Obsession, and I just saw it, and it just surpassed, I think well over at this point, $100 million at the box office. No movie stars, no franchise, no IP. An original horror film from a first-time feature director who got his start on YouTube. And by getting his start, I mean he built his audience on YouTube. He didn't go to Hollywood and ask permission. He made a movie, he put it on YouTube, he found his audience, and then Hollywood called him. The audience was the green light. That's a different way of going about this than really anyone usually does. Most people are still trying to figure out how to get into the room to talk to people, and Curry Barker just made a room and the people came to it. And then we come to Kane Parsons, 20 years old. In high school, he made a bunch of YouTube shorts about the Backrooms, which is this, fictional landscape, liminal landscape that has been all over the internet for creepypasta and all sorts of things. The series went viral on YouTube, and then guess what? A24 came to him while he was still applying to colleges. Spoiler, he didn't go to college, he made the movie. $81.5 million domestically, 115 million worldwide. The biggest A24 had ever had up into this point was 25 mil. That was their Everest. He is the youngest director to ever have a #1 film at the worldwide box office. And they made it for just $10 million. They made that back in one day. Here's the thing about Kane Parsons. He didn't pitch Backrooms to anybody. He just kept making it for years, throwing it on YouTube, getting better and better as things came along, as tools progressed, as his own talents progressed. By the time A24 showed up, he'd already built an audience. He'd already refined everything perfectly. The concept was proven. So here's what the three things have in common. Scorsese, Barker, Parsons, none of them ever waited for conditions to be perfect for them. Scorsese found a tool that closed the gap between his head and the page. Barker made a film for $800 and put it on the internet. Parsons made a YouTube series in high school because he had an idea and he wanted to see if it would work. All three of them were doing their work publicly, sometimes imperfectly, but always persistently. And the industry has to respond to that. It's not a new lesson or anything, but it's hard to argue with 200 million at the box office. Make the thing, put it out, see what happens. The gatekeepers aren't gone, but it's a lot easier to walk around that gate these days than it used to be. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Go to our website. Get the Shoot Better Guide for $14. It's nice and cheap, just so that you can learn. So go to our website, www.planrpictures.com.